get started. All right, how environments change. We're still on this unit for this week, and we're coming to the end. How environments change. Great job, everyone, on their homework. I was very happy with how many people turned in their homework. All right, here's Bo. Oh, Bo actually has the book. Very nice. Good amount. Dami, very nice. Dinman, excellent. Let's have Dinman read some. I don't think you've shared homework yet. Dinman, could you tell us what you wrote for fire?
They harm trees and animals
Very
and the forest.
Excellent job. They harm trees and animals in the forest. Very good. Here's Helen. Oh, Helen, excellent job. For fire, she wrote a little bit can help plants grow, but many fires, we would say a lot of fire. A lot of fire will make plants die. Excellent work, Helen. Very good. So Dinman, Helen, both very good. Dami and everyone as well. Here's Hai Fong. Hai Fong, could you tell me what the kudzu plant, how the kudzu plant changes the environment?
Kudzu make plant cannot grow.
Very good. It makes it so plants cannot grow. Simon, why can plants not grow underneath the kudzu plant?
That's the kudzu vine.
Very good. Could you tell me what you wrote for the kudzu plant?
The kudzu make the forest not space, but make more habitat for birds.
Excellent answer, Simon. There's more habitat for birds, but not a lot of space for the animals and the other plants. Great work. All right, Jenny. This looks very good, Jenny. I like your colorful writing. Kaki, very good job. Kaki, could you tell us what you wrote for the beaver?
It help and not because it cut down trees and it is make home for some animals.
Excellent job. It helps and it doesn't help. That was a great answer, Kaki. Very good. All right, this one is Katie's. Katie, looks like you did a really good job. She also mentioned it cuts down trees. All right, Kitty, very good job, Kitty. Michael, could you read for us what you wrote about the beaver?
Cuts down trees and make a pond.
Is making a pond a good or a bad change?
It is one good one and one bad one.
Could you tell us how, Michael?
When it cuts down trees, some birds or insects lose their habitats. And when they make a pond, animals live there like the kingfisher, and the fish don't go away. So it's still right there.
Very good. Excellent work, Michael. Thank you for sharing. All right, we have a couple more. Let's look at Zoyman. Yes, Zoyman. Oh, colorful. Very nice. Zoyman, what did you write for people?
Cut down trees.
Is that a good or a bad change?
A bad.
Excellent work. All right, here's Mooney. Mooney, very good. She also said cutting down trees is a bad change. Nancy, excellent job. Fire destroy habitat. Kudzu grows over other plants. Nancy, what did you write for people?
They pollute the environment. They restore it again.
Excellent work. So they help and they hurt. Restore was one of our new words. Great work, Nancy. Remember, restore is to make something the way it was before. So when we hurt the environment, afterwards we can restore it to be nice and healthy. Excellent job. Sam, could you tell us what you wrote for a beaver?
Beavers break trees. So I think beavers make dams by using cut down trees.
Excellent job. And what about people?
People must recycle.
Excellent work. We need to recycle. Just a quick spelling error. The other ones have had some too, but this is a vocab word, so let's remember recycle. Spelled like that. Okay. Excellent work, Sam. Thank you for sharing. Here's Suri. Suri, very good job. Kudzu plants steal all the nutrients. Excellent. And Chi, very good, Chi. All right, excellent work, guys. So once again, good job to everyone whose name is here. I'm glad we got to take a look at all of them. All right, so very good job on this, everyone. What does environment mean? What does it mean? Jenny, could you please read this for me?
Environment is all living and non-living things in a place.
Excellent job. The living and non-living things in a place. So that's the first thing we need to remember. What is an environment? Second, what is a scientist? What is a scientist? Cherry, could you read this one for me?
A person who studies nature and the world around us by observing, testing,
Can you say experimenting?
experimenting, and measuring.
Excellent, and measuring. Great work, Cherry. So a person who studies nature, the world around us, how the world works, all right, by observing, by testing, by doing experiments. Does anyone know a kind of scientist? Nancy, go ahead.
I know botanist, engineer, and I know a few more, but the list is just too long.
I believe it. You guys learned quite a few in class. I remember engineer was one of them, but a botanist, or botanist, sorry, is how it's said. A botanist and an engineer are two really good ones. Botanists study flowers and plants and their names. So if a scientist studies nature by testing things, and the environment is all the living and non-living things in a place, what is an environmental scientist? Does anyone have a guess about what an environmental scientist studies? Dami, what do you think?
Is a scientist who study environment.
Very good. And what is the environment,
Yes.
Dami? Dami, what is the environment?
The environment is a place where there are non-living things and living things.
Very good, Dami. So if a scientist that studies the environment would be a person who studies living and non-living things in a place. Katie, could you read this for me, please?
A person who studies how the living and non-living things in a place work together by observing, testing, experimenting, and measuring.
Excellent. Measuring like with the ruler or with chemicals, measuring how much salt is in the water, how much bacteria, measuring how much pollution is in the air, experimenting on different habitats and environments. Everyone say the word experimenting.
Experimenting. That is easy. I know already.
Good. So when we run an experiment, we're testing something. We could do an experiment to test how much salt is in fresh water versus salt water. Okay? So that's what an environmental scientist is. Now let's take a look. Ask an environmental scientist. So these are different things environmental scientists need to study. They can't just study the environment. Environmental scientists need to have knowledge on a lot of different things. Can someone read these for me? Suri, can you read these for me?
Physics, chemistry, geology, economics, politics, and more.
Excellent job. That was very good, Suri. I didn't think we'd be able to pronounce those so well. So physics is a kind of science. Chemistry, geology is the study of rocks. Economics, politics. Remember, economics is money. Politics is the government, and more. They need to study all of these things to understand environmental science. Here's some more. These are possible jobs. So environmental scientists, a lot of time we think that they're doing research, but sometimes they do other stuff as well. Bo, could you read this for me?
Environment scientists, teachers, researchers, government.
Oh, good.
They help make new laws.
Excellent job. So teachers like me and my brother's degree is in environmental science. Mine's in biology and chemistry, but we're teachers as well. Researchers, that's like the scientists in this picture that's trying to figure out new things. Government workers, they can help make new laws. Do you remember what a law is? It's in the government and they help pass laws. Do you remember what laws are for? Zoimin?
Law is a people who help animals.
It's not people that help animals. Laws are something the government passes. Raise your hand if you have another idea. Kaki?
I think when people pass laws, it means like scientists, they stick animals in that laws so people or some divers cannot catch the animals.
Very good, exactly. So for animals, the law might say you can't hurt them, like with sea turtles. It is against the law to collect sea turtle eggs. The government says you're not allowed. Environmental scientists might help government officials, or they might be a government worker that helps show the government the research and the facts that say you should really make this law to protect this piece of land, this animal, this plant. They're very important to the government. Let's read a little bit about it. Fred, could you read the question in red?
What do environmental scientists do?
Very good, and go ahead and read the answer as well.
We study the harmful effects to different kinds of environments.
Excellent. Fred, what is a harmful effect? So harmful effect would be like something bad, something that hurts it. So something that hurts the environment. Fred, can you think of a harmful effect that scientists might want to study?
People chop down trees.
Excellent job. Scientists definitely study how chopping down trees affects the environment. Nice work. Here's a second part here. Nuna, could you read the question in red?
How do environmental scientists help wildlife?
Excellent. Go ahead and read the first paragraph, Nuna. We
find problems that affect wildlife and people in the environment. We figure out ways to solve those problems.
Excellent job. Thank you, Nuna. So maybe they find a problem where a river is being polluted and the fish that people need to eat are dying. They'll do experiments and research and observations to figure out what is polluting this river. Maybe it's a bacteria, maybe it's people or a farm nearby where it's running into the water. And then they figure out ways to solve this problem, making laws, maybe cleaning the environment. All right, the second paragraph. Kitty, could you read the second paragraph?
Sometimes people can harm the environment. For example, a factory may put waste into a stream. This may kill fish. We help the factory find other ways to get rid of its waste.
Excellent job. So if a scientist studies the river and figures out the pollution is coming from a factory, maybe they go and they help the factory figure out a better way. So who can tell me, what does an environmental scientist do? Ruby, what do you think? What does an environmental scientist do, Ruby? Any ideas? Maybe they study what kind of scientists are they, Ruby?
The environment.
Good, so let's start with that. That's a great start, Ruby, thank you. They study the environment. Mooney, what do you think? Mooney, what does an environmental scientist do?
They study about plants.
Excellent, study about plants. I'll also say and animals here. They study about plants and animals, very good. Chi, what do you think? Maybe they find something that helps, hurts the environment? What do you think?
Find something that hurts the environment.
Excellent, that hurts the environment, and what do they do with it? Once they find something that's hurting the environment, what do they do with it?
They solve it.
Excellent. Then they solve that problem. Very good. Vicky, actually, Vicky, maybe you can answer the next question. So scientists, what do they do? They study. What else do they do, Vicky?
They study and something that hurts the environment.
Very good. Nice work, Vicky. So remember, they research, they experiment, they make observations. Where do environment scientists work? Also, Nancy said they figure out solutions to environmental problems. That's great. All right, Seth, where do environment scientists work? Where do you think they work, Sup? Helen, you as well. Helen and Sup, where do environmental scientists work? All right, I'll start writing down some things people are saying in the chats. Helen and Sup, you guys keep thinking about it. Helen, you're still unmuted. In the chat, Nancy said at a lab. Kaki said the forest. Michael said lots of environments and places in the environment. Excellent work so far. Maybe you could give an example of some environments. Go ahead, Helen.
I think it is in a rainforest.
In a rainforest, a lot of environmental scientists go to the rainforest because there's so many different kinds of animals. Very good. Simon said a cave. Very good. Nice work, Helen. All right, Kuhn, could you give me one more place environmental scientists might work? Let's see. We also got a den, a savanna. Good work. Kuhn, where else might a scientist work? An environmental scientist. Where might they work? What about water habitats? Can you give me a water habitat, Kuhn?
A pond.
A pond? Very good. Maybe the ocean? All right, guys, nice work. So they work a lot of different places. What type of environment would you want to study? Ruby, what kind of environment would you want to study?
In the forest.
A forest, nice. Bo, what kind of environment would you want to study?
I want to study the forest.
Another forest, okay. What about Nancy?
I think it's probably a farm because I just watching out. No, I said farm, not a pond.
Wait, oh, a farm?
Yeah, because if there's some horses, that's so good because when I grow up, I'm gonna be a scientist in chemistry a lot because I like poison and I'm already reading horrible science books in here already.
Good, that's excellent. And a farm is a great place to be a chemistry, because you can study different mixes of fertilizers and everything to help the animals and the plants, but making sure it's healthy for the rivers and the streams nearby. Let's see. Vicky, what environment would you want to study?
I like to study in the forest.
In the forest, very nice, okay. Another forest. Let's see if we can get some different ones. Sup, can we hear you now, Sup? Go ahead.
Yes!
What environment would you want to study in, Sup?
Pond.
A pond. Ponds are great for little bacteria and animals. Great work, Sup. Michael, what about you?
I want to study in any environment I can. And I also want to study about natural disasters in anything I can.
Yeah, natural disasters. Maybe you should go to a volcano or something, or you could study how earthquakes, you could measure earthquakes and study how they make tsunamis. That's what makes a tsunami, an earthquake out in the ocean. Okay, let's have one more. How about Kaki? I know Kaki really wants to answer.
I want to go into rainforest because in the rainforest it have many animals, so I can study there.
Excellent job. Very good. Okay. You're right. It has the most animals. All right. And what environmental problem would you want to fix? So we're running out of time.
Video.
That's okay. We're going to finish this tomorrow.
Yay!
Too much more.
What is the homework?
You will see. This is your homework right here. So you'll get this in the email. You guys are going to be environmental scientists. Read about the koala bear and what it does. So a scientist goes, they study and observe the koala bear and figure this out. I want you to read and research what this is saying about the koala bear and determine the main idea, the details. All right, we'll share this tomorrow. If you're bored and have extra time, feel free to draw any of this and I'll share it with the class if you just want to have some fun. But I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everyone.
Bye.